What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 7. In the last episode, we finished framing the house. Actually, we didn't finish framing the house. We still need to finish framing the house and putting the leaves around the border. Today, our objective is to get enough oak wood that we can build enough stairs for our roof. And hopefully we will have enough wood left over to make some fences, to expand our cow farm, to get our food sources more secure. And lastly, we need to finish our storage and chest room so we can get organized. So first of all, we need to take inventory of our stone. Kind of left it a little bit sloppy. We got plenty of stone, so we can finish the framing. We have 23 oak log with 10 planks. Let's see, we got any spare? We do have a little bit of oak. Any in here? No. So we'll see how many stairs we can make with that. But first, we are going to finish framing the outer wall here. So do we need to hop down? We can just go ahead and make it a little bit easier on ourselves and just do this first bottom ground layer first. Still having a bad habit of wasting cobblestone. It wasn't too bad at all. I'll break that, and we only have 6 leaves, so we are going to need more leaves. We'll go ahead and pick some of those up while we're out and about. Did we mess with that tree? That tree's a little bit too in the way of that ravine or gorge. I kind of want to leave this tree standing for now, so we're not going to mess with it. But this gives us a good opportunity to go get some wood. Which is always in need. It's another late night for me. Getting started at midnight, so I've had about 2 Coke Zeros, so that's like 64 milligrams of caffeine, so I should be pretty amped up, pretty wired. Not low energy, I should say. Let's see what was going on here. You certainly didn't leave us any dirt to climb with, so we'll go ahead and take some dirt and fix this junky looking thing. Let's take our shears before we lose any. And hopefully with this, we should have enough. We certainly should have enough. Take a lot of damage there. That's a lot of damage. Plenty of leaves. We'll find some use. That's why I needed to stay crouch locked so I didn't fall. Let's get this tree knocked down completely. Old John Appleseed on it. Always the shovels. Let's go ahead and get on top of these trees. I went to the grocery store today. Got some steak for tomorrow. Naturally, I thought you'd want to hear that. But a pretty uneventful weekend for me. Last weekend we did a whole bunch of stuff. Went to the movies. But this weekend we decided to hang out, get some rest, sleep, try and rest my voice. And we had pizza for dinner tonight, so that was delicious. We had the Papa John's Epic Stuffed Crust and had some kickin' ranch sauce. It was okay. Wasn't the biggest fan of it, and their garlic butter, I don't even know if you can call it garlic butter anymore, but it's also just gone to... That's just food these days, am I right? let's see. We got 40 wood, so we'll knock down this tree and we'll head back to the house. Because this should be, we should have ample supplies now. Good. Put everything back. Put all of our stone forward, so we can frame this house from a distance there. Well, another brown sheep. While we're at it. Yeah, come here. Come on, buddy. The lamb farm over here. Animal Husbandry 101. Okay, we'll stop messing around with that. Get back on track. Watched Casey Mize pitch today. Pretty impressed with that. I have him on my fantasy baseball team. I'm one of those people that plays all... Well, not all fantasy sports, just the major 3 American sports. Fantasy football, basketball, and baseball, so I'm occupied all year. But a lot of people think it's more time consuming than it actually is. You know, fantasy football, obviously, you could do a lot of research. After so many years, you kind of just got to go with your gut. And I'll share my fantasy football team when my draft happens, which should be in about a month from now, but my fantasy baseball team has just been ravaged by injuries this year. I had Schoolbull, Max Fried, Mizorowski, Casey Mize. I can't think off the top of my head. Taj Bradley. I have a nice pitching squad, but I've just been dealing with a lot of injuries this year, obviously, to Schoolbull and Fried, who has just come back. And Schoolbull's been back for a little bit now. There we go. So hopefully we can get back on track with that. But I guess if you want to consider that a form of sports gambling, then so be it. That's what I do. And put all our stone in here. We'll use this as our junk storage for now. Before we get started on the stairs, I know I keep going and checking on these cows a lot, but this is our secondary objective, is to expand this cow farm. So I want to make sure that I'm feeding them every now and again when it's necessary to, obviously ensure that we can build a sizable farm, right? Because we need food. That's, it's the important thing in any world. Look at that. What's going on, guys? You're all grown up. Fairlife Farms, we've done so good. Oh, I'm so proud. That ultra-filtered milk, that ultra-filtered steak is going to be amazing. Those BCAAs, the branched chains amino acids that we're going to get from you is going to be fantastic. Link cannot get enough of it. He loves BCAAs. We love branched chain amino acids. Nice view of our house there. Okay. Enough about that. Start going off into a tangent about steak. We start talking about steakhouses. Texas Roadhouse. Of course, I just call it Roadhouse. Saltgrass. The classics. So, should we use the book? Yes, we are going to use the book here. Because we all know how to make stairs. I just don't want to deal with it right now. And I'm not sure how many we should. Let's just. Well, that's 2 more. Okay, we'll do 3 stacks. Start off with that and go from there. Okay, let's roof. Oh, let's go to bed. Sorry to tease you all like that. Really don't like doing that. Yeah, I know. We can only sleep at night. As you see, I fixed that the message with the distant horizons. The issue was I had to go into my launcher settings and remove one of the commands. I'm not really good at wording that. And we got to build another little staircase here. So let's see, how do we want to get up here without hurting ourselves the worst? We can build a ladder. So let's build some ladders while we're here. You know, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, folks. What am I doing? What? Oh, it was just, you know, sometimes you forget. That's why, you know, the book is nice. I will say that. You get to see me be foolish. So we know we're going to want to go down into our basement. So we can actually 2 birds, 1 stone this right now. I have a torch on it. And of course, well, it's fine. Because we're already enclosed too. I need just a little bit more sticks. Won't forget that, will I? Just to get us up here to the roof. So now we're going to go ahead and move all of our stairs right there. We're going to put a bow down in here, just in case we see anything from above. So let's start framing, shall we? Oh no, I had a feeling that was going to happen. Okay. We don't need to worry about that. Pardon my amateurism. Let's see if I just back up here and just go along. We can add the edge of the roof. Let's go ahead and do that. Then we'll get up there and make sure it looks good. Let me go ahead and do this corner before I forget. Okay. Then we're going to go up a few times with the stairs. Nothing crazy. It's not going to be an extreme point, like some weird looking elf house from medieval fantasy. What happened there? Sorry, I'm just getting focused on building the roof with our view of the sun. Is that a mountain cave? It is. Just more spots to explore. I'm just trying to think of what we're going to do after. I know it's pretty generic to say go look for diamonds. But obviously we are going to need superior tools. So, but what do we do after diamonds? Let's think about that. So we're going to be expanding our farm, getting our storage. I guess it'd be preparing our material for our mega project, right? So I know the Ender Dragon is going to be quite difficult to beat on hardcore and on Java, no less, without any potions or anything like that. So that we'll get there eventually. But right now, let's just make sure all the corners are good. They are. Let's continue up one. There we go. Oh my goodness. So that could be bad. I have to be careful. So I just took that in the most monotone way possible. You cannot rush perfection. So let's take our time here and just slowly go along with it. If I feel myself losing it, that's when I have to... It's like putting up Christmas lights. We're about to run out of wood as well. Or stairs. Let's see. We got plenty of oak. And I think we're going to be doing one more layer up. I know I have a bad habit of doing that. Take me down to the paradise city with a... Gotta be careful singing. More stairs. We're just gonna make all the ones. We're just gonna make all that we can to finish up. There we go. So I'm going to go take a look at it from a little bit of a distance now before we commit to adding a little bit of a layer. And I know I said we were going to go up into the mountain to look down on it a few episodes ago, maybe last episode. But as you can see right now, it looks very much like an outback. And it's kind of giving me, I don't even know what this style, very Australian maybe. Go ahead and take care of this tree here. I hear a mob. What is that? That goat up there, man. These freak me out. But I've been forced to eat their meat. Lamb. In the game, of course. Anything we got looking at, or anything we're looking forward to coming up in August? So, yeah, I think that looks good. I know I'm looking forward to Dawn of War 4 in September, and the football season starting back up soon. Look at that, we got some. We got some emerald. Hello, buddy. Get your booty over here. There's iron in here. You're gonna hit me hard. Headshot. Getting better at dealing with them. We should keep the food. Let's make some torches. I did go ahead and install a half bright mod just to keep it visible. You know what I mean? I was getting tired of looking through my edited footage and being like, that's just really just too dark. So I did go ahead and decide to install half bright, which is opposite of full bright, but I mean, this is, looks like it's giving us the full bright effect anyway. So let's get this iron, as we are, iron is unfortunately a more scarce resource than it used to be. I don't want to call it a scarce resource, but definitely scarcer than it was in the old days. I know I've mentioned it almost every episode. It feels like copper has replaced iron, and obviously I know it has its uses. Let's go ahead and get some coal. Just enjoy the soundtrack. Sorry, I got distracted. Thought I heard something outside. plenty of coal here. Still got some below our feet. That's why I say this would be a good sleep playlist, even though I'm probably too loud. Long form Minecraft content, like you would. It's like I'm playing the game for you, if you want to think about it that way. I guess here we go. We can see how half bright works as it becomes nighttime. So it will still get dark, but it will get. It's about 50% brighter than normal. Why am I blind? See, I am blind when it comes to spotting these ores. Yeah, this is a nice little iron spot here. Obviously, we're up in the mountain, so I'm not surprised. Hopefully you guys are liking the music toasts. And as you can see up there, we are in day 24. Going at a very slow pace. I'm just going at a normal pace, I honestly, I think. So, if you're playing Minecraft by yourself, you know, I guess you could. That's just not fun. Another emerald. Are they mineable? I don't want to risk it. I don't want to risk it. We just need to put a torch on that so we don't forget. Okay, let's get back to the house before we keep messing around with danger. Light up this zone real quick. We're going to get the iron. We're going to be a little greedy. Because that right there, it's like, what, 6? $20 iron. Look at that. Not bad at all. Of course, bunch of creepers. We run for it. But as you can see, it looks a lot better at night now. All right, everybody, we are back. Sorry, I just had to check on something. Before we go back outside, I want to check our wood count, our spruce count, and oak count in particular. Didn't I have some? Because I did my roof wrong. I want to have the ridge and the roof. We need to get wood for the ridge of the roof and the sidewall, because I do want a roof with a sidewall. So I am sorry for making that mistake. Simple mistake. You want to check this chest for wood. Thought I heard something and just decided to check. So we're going to make a very quick trip for some spruce and oak. We're going to keep on that. So we are going to get the wood for the cow farm. I think I've come to name that Fairlife Farm. So for Fairlife Farms, we need plenty of wood for the expansion. Still feel like I'll just try and ignore it. So we're going to go for the spruce wood trees first. And after we finish our farm, we could start thinking about what we want to do next, and that is a place for our mine. I am thinking we're going to have to travel over this and see what's over here, because I don't want to dig straight into water. I've done that several times, and like I'm sure you all have. And that really is just a buzzkill to me. So this might be where we start our future mine. I still see some coal up there. head this way on the ice to go faster. Just get some logs real quick. So after our farm, we will be going for ores to improve our tools naturally so we can progress and into beating the game and getting to our real goal, which is building our landmarks. Just to see how far or how much we can build in a hardcore world where we only have one life. So that's really the challenge of it all. I know I could just easily do this in a normal survival world, but I just like I said in my first episode, I have an issue with sticking with worlds. So the whole one life thing really. Oh, there's a lava pool over here. Is what's keeping me motivated. We'll grab that iron on the way back. See if there's anything. Hold on, let me turn that message off. Sorry about that, guys. Still looking for slight improvements every episode. The forest is on fire. That's very strange. Well, I mean, it's not strange at all. Just needed us to load in. I imagine the file size on this world is going to get pretty crazy, but again, not an issue. We are good on copper for now. Let's just get our spruce and get out of here. Should have plenty. And we'll grab some oak on the way back. The father of saplings. I just finished watching episode 6 of House of the Dragon. I thought it was pretty good. Finally got to see some characters go that I've been waiting to go for a while, for 6 years or 4 years now. So that was good. Let's just get this tree. But yeah, once we get diamonds, we will be... I don't want to say rushing towards the end. Well, we'll figure out what to do when we get to that point. Like I said, I don't know if I want to immediately rush and build a landmark, or if I want to beat the game. Let's get back to the house. Took the worst path possible, didn't I? Let's see. Go back and destroy the stairs. You know what? No, let's see. Figure out what to do. Well, I know what to do. I'm just having a hard time talking tonight. Okay, so when it comes to this wall, what we're going to do is we're going to knock out this wood. And we are going to create... We're going to just plunk in this wood here. And same with... We'll have it... We'll just have that wall and this wall right over here be our side wall. That way our ridge will connect. That block needs to change now since we have done you differently. Well, we can start properly framing the house using these as our guide. And I might go ahead and knock this out too, just to make it look better. And we'll go down there and pick up those stairs in just a second. But just for the visual appeal of everything, I think this is going to look a whole lot better. So again, we need to fix, that's fine. We need to knock this out. Just to give, that might look a little too flat, but let's drop down, pick up our stairs, and build us another axe. Let's go over here and pick up all these stairs. Gonna make ourselves a little axe while we're here. So we have plenty of... We just don't have sticks, but we have 2 planks. Perfect. And I said an axe. Okay. And we got the Mr. Trader man. I see any good trades? A water bucket? Nah, that's a waste of iron and hay. That's a good trade. We can do that real quick. If you would just get out of my... This is the issue with this guy. This is the issue with this guy. Let's go ahead and make some... let's do at least 3. Let's see how many he'll trade with us. Only 2. Okay, so that's fine. We can go ahead and accent that at the farm later, so we won't destroy that altogether. But now that we've gone ahead and made our sidewall, we will add back in stairs, but I think just to begin with, we're going to build up from these 2 sidewalls. And I don't even know why I came up here, because we're going to need to go right back to sleep anyway. So let's do that first. Actually, let's light up our interior while we have the chance. So we don't have any funny mob spawns in here while we're gone. There we go. Should be adequately lit. Like I am almost every night. But that's besides the point. This guy's gonna be fucking annoying. What a deal. We traded. Let's see, any bad guys? See, I'm gonna want him gone. I see. Oh my goodness. That's bad luck. I wish they would just remove him. I don't like the wandering trader at all. If anything, I wish he would just... I wish you could stick him to a village. You know what I mean? Just say, stay here. Don't come out. Because he's just... I mean, he's just there making villager noises all freaking day. We gotta fix this. Wanted to fix that. Boom. Pop that there. And we probably will. It probably will look best if we have it slightly overhung. So like this. We'll go ahead and fill in. We'll go on the other side and do the same thing, just so we get it nice and even. And we're not missing anything. We'll go to the bottom and Make sure we're doing this right. And I have the spruce in here to accent nicely with the oak. I think it'll look very nice, as we will see here in just a very quick moment. As we get our first ridge done. Or our first... Yeah, right here. This is the ridge. Did not misspeak. There's the ridge. So we'll have like a L-shaped ridge. And that the back of the house will be all together. All angled roof, no sidewall. Obviously the ridge will connect through the middle here, but no sidewall like these two. So let's go ahead and do the same for this. Beautiful. We'll go ahead and think about our cows that probably need to be fed. So as soon as we're done with our roof, which would mean that we are practically done with our home, believe it or not, we can go feed our cows and work on expanding our farm. That would be our second goal for the video. So our first goal will be finish the roof, and that looks like it is about to be done. Just got to be safe here, and we will need more. We have plenty of oak log, but we will need a lot more stairs. So hopefully we have enough stairs, and if we don't, I'm going to be kicking myself in the ass for having to go back again and again and again and again to the forest when I should have just gathered everything all at once. But the growing pains of a new creator. You know, you got to deal with the moments of dead space and just finding what to say. I will, I'm striving every day to get better at my speaking and becoming a more palatable person to watch. So you're not just bored to death. I may be a slow builder and all that, but there can still be some sort of value in this. And a horrible placement. And I'm bad at placing things. So let's see. While we're here, let's go down and build us. Let's get the remaining oak that we can. Again, make it easy for us. We'll just search it up. Okay, nice. We got stacking almost a half. Let's go out to the main chests and see what we got out there, and I'll show you guys the sidewall too. Beautiful, beautiful little house. Potential thumbnail, maybe. No wood in there. Huh? Just ensure that I'm not being blind. Okay, we're gonna just plop down the remaining of these stairs before we even worry about going to go back. We will plop down the rest of the stairs before worrying if we need to go back and get more wood. I don't want to get preoccupied and, oh, do I need to go back? Do I need to go back? No. I just need to stick to the task at hand. So like I said earlier, I watched the new House of the Dragon episode. Like I said, I thought it was pretty good. And that leads me into something I did want to talk about. And if anybody knows or has any opinion on this, on audiobooks versus reading, I want to get better or more into reading, but I have been listening a lot this year to a lot of audiobooks. In particular, a lot of the Warhammer books, the Horse Heresy books. So like I've listened to so far this year, which I know it's not a lot of audiobooks, but I've listened to Horse Rising. So books 1, 2, and 3, which is Horse Rising, False Gods, and Galaxy in Flames, if I'm correct. If I'm remembering correctly. And I really enjoyed those. So I've been thinking, since I've been watching House of the Dragon this summer, about reading the Game of Thrones books because I've never read them. And I do have an Audible. I pay for the Audible monthly subscription. I like it. And it's not a burden on me, but I know you don't want to hear about that. But I do have the option of just waiting 4 or 5 months to get the books. But I actually get the audiobooks, I should say, but I did get the soft leather bound books for Christmas. So I have the option of reading them. I just don't know if those are, I guess it is suitable for reading, right? It is a book. So I guess if you guys know if there's any difference between obviously reading and audiobooks, please let me know. I would like to know, because when I listen to an audiobook, I feel like I do a pretty good job of just paying attention to the audiobook and not getting distracted, or I don't multitask when I listen to audiobooks. Very much like how I play video games. I guess I'm multitasking now by live commentating, but that still makes me focus on the task. I'm still focusing on playing the game rather than watching a YouTube video while playing a game. And I used to be like that. And if you're doing that right now, so I used to be right there with you, but I found myself just getting distracted and not actually absorbing the story. Last year with Clair Obscure Expedition 33, I felt that way a lot. I was just, watching podcasts and whatnot and not really absorbing the story. So this year I really wanted to make an emphasis on following the story of games, but with Crimson Desert, I sort of understood what was going on, but I don't know. I just had a hard time following the story of that game. I just didn't like how it was placed together. So, and then Forza, obviously not much of a story to follow there. That game is perfect for, you want to put this on and play that, or Forza and drive around. That's the perfect I guess multitasking is what you're doing when you're just watching a show or a YouTube video. And while we were talking, we just finished our home. So let's make some torches so we can light it up properly. I didn't even goofball that I am. There we go. We'll obviously do one on the edge right there. That might look weird, but we'll take a look. Each of the corners. Do that there. And right here. Okay, let's get down and let's take a look. And the sun's setting too. Look at that. There's our home. What do y'all think? I guess we could put a torch underneath there. I think it looks very good with multiple brick choices and the stone brick, I keep calling it smooth stone, smelted cobble, spruce logs, oak leaves, glass pane, spruce planks, and oak stairs. So let's wait for the sunset. I'll show you guys the pink snow on the mountain if it does it tonight. Look at that. I like it. I like it a lot. We're going to take the risk and just be around the mobs tonight. Nice open views into the home. Obviously, this isn't real life. We don't need curtains. We're not worried about people being able to see inside of our home. That's not a worry that we have. So lots of open windows and things like that. So let's go to sleep. This will be the last night. This will be the last night in our cube box. Let's get a nice side by side upgrading the house. When I came to you On episode 1, we started building this little cube box, and now here we are, episode 7, a finished starter home in a hardcore world, Minecraft Java, 2026, July. I don't know what happened to my voice there, it just gave out. Okay, let's get inside before, that's a spider rider. Boom. Okay, so we are going to destroy, first, it doesn't really matter. Goodbye, bed. We are going to, look at all these guys. Let's go take a look at them from our new home, shall we? Place our bed down. Go ahead and put it right here. Or, this isn't really, we're not going to do a double bed. We're going to be the king of our own broom. In the middle. We're the bad guys. See, now we can get up in the windows and look out. That's why I like using the panes, like I said in the past, or in last episode. We can get up in the panes and it creates depth and it allows you to see better. So we still are not completely finished. Obviously, we have an attic to do. And we will need more. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to be honest. We need to feed the cows. We need food. We are out of everything, food-wise, apparently. So, let's go back to our base. Our old base. Let's see what we can cook up to eat. Eggs, lava, rotten flesh. We got some potatoes, so we can make some baked potatoes. We got bread. So, we're not completely screwed here. We'll take the axe. We'll put those away. Let's put everything away that we need to. We'll keep that. So let's go ahead and start baking our potatoes while we eat some bread. And after we get... Let's go outside. We can smelt the cobble. We can smelt the iron out here. A singular glass shard. Nice. Anything else? Anything else? Okay, glass pane, we can put the glass in here. And then we obviously have more hay, but we're going to harvest that wheat before we go to the farm, Fairlife, before we go to Fairlife. So we'll go do that real quick. So we have ample, you do not see me, I'm not here. Get this done real quick. Still need to make a plank for the center of this. But farming isn't going to be our main source of subsistence, so it's really, this little basic square is really all you need. All we need for our world. Because cows are going to be the main source of food. Just plop these down. I know it's a maintenance thing that nobody wants to see, but in this world, this is basically archive footage. Think of it that way. Just put this on. You can... Oh my goodness, what am I doing? You can do a workout. You can... What a fucking moron. I'm thinking about getting a different mouse that's a softer click. If you have any recommendations for that, please let me know. I would gladly take them. Can't be coming in here yet. Because I have a Corsair Scimitar multi-function, not a multi-function, I guess it technically is, but it's multi-button, the 12-button mouse that I really just don't need. But I was playing a lot of World of Warcraft last year, and so I got it. But that's a story for another day. I know. So we get all this wheat down, and then we will build as many fences as we can, and then we need to take our dirt. We need to take as much dirt as we can over to the farm, because we are going to be filling in the ground, the holes in the ground that are over there, because there's quite a few. So on to Fairlife we go to feed our cows. Say hello to Jimmy and Jimmy. They're not pigs. Oh, you know what? My bad. See, this is what I'm going to get better about, because I didn't build fences at all. And I know what you're thinking. Well, maybe I could have just built a crafting table, but my thought processes will need to improve. So, you get no saturation being a vegan. That's all I know. Let's go ahead and make some fences. Oh, French. No, we want the oak. What do we need? We need some sticks. Okay. Come on, buddy. 17 fences. Let's go ahead and make 8 more sticks. What can we get with that? 29, 30. Okay, and we already have a fence gate over there, so we should be able to expand the farm greatly. Just with even something small like 29 fence. And I'll show you how I plan on expanding it. So filling in the ground and an expansion, just making it larger. So we get more cows. And obviously with more cows, you get more steak like I ate tonight. I did have my steak tonight. In my cut, I did pause for the day, but that's the beautiful thing about editing in advance. Let's go ahead and breed these guys real quick, so we get some babies on the way. So like I said, this is all going to need to be filled in. So we're going to start right here. We're just going to go all the way across. I know they sound annoying. I'll turn it down. And we keep them packed in here at Fairlife. You think we're able to get double the protein out of our milk for no reason? No. We squeeze it out. It's actually a real mystery to me. I don't know how all that ultra processed or ultra filtered. I guess ultra filtered, ultra processed. Same thing, but I mean, that's what I've been using in my protein shakes for years. And honestly, I recommend it a lot, even though they have a controversial history. You can judge me for drinking it. At least it's the whole milk variation, okay? I'm not drinking no freaking 2%. Don't believe in that crap. Then again, I do some pretty weird things, I suppose, as far as my food. No, it's not weird. I'm very traditionalist. Lots of, like I said, lots of steak. Steak and potatoes tonight, which is fantastic. Butter, everything, the whole 9. I don't know, you're thinking maybe, oh, this guy. If you wanted me to do a face cam, just let me know. I will do a face cam. It's nothing about that. It's just about my whole surroundings, honestly. That's really what is preventing me from showing my face at the moment is I just have no control over my background. And like I said, in the next few months, that should all be changing. So I should have better control over my background. So a face cam will come eventually. And I already have a camera, which is my old iPhone. It's an iPhone 13, and they have this application called Camo. I don't know how trustworthy they necessarily are, but I use it, and whenever I'm doing my fantasy drafts, I use Camo. So I'm familiar with it. I know Elgato used to have Epoch Cam that I used to use for so I've always sort of used my phone as my webcam, because I just can't sort of justify spending $100 on a web camera, you know. Like if this ever gets serious, right? Like, oh goodness, pillagers. Or, illagers, right? No, those are pillagers. I'll get like a nice Sony or Canon camera, but the iPhone camera is probably better than any webcam that you can find right now. You know what I mean? I haven't really been keeping up with new webcams or anything, so I couldn't tell you the brands. All I know is like the Logitech C920 and whatever that's probably dating myself. So, but I'm sure maybe webcams are better than iPhones now. But let me know if you recommend a webcam over an iPhone 13. Tell me what you got. Well, like I said, it's not really an issue of I'm not really embarrassed to show my face. I'm not like one of those teenagers, you know. I'm 40. I'm a man. I'm 40. I'm not 40. Like I said, I'm still in my 20s, but you know, I'm not going to be putting a fucking ski mask over my face. You know, I got married, you know, I was able to do that. So, but I guess, you know, you don't really need to be attractive to be married. But I mean, I'm not Brad Pitt. Don't let me kid. Don't let me kid. But you know, I don't have issues like that. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Just rambling on. We will get back to the farm. That's what I really do think I'm going to install a daylight extension mod. I'm just sort of waiting for consensus on that, because I just don't like running back and forth. But then again, that probably makes the game a little bit easier, because you know, running back to your house is a risk of dying, right? So how many options, how many opportunities is the game going to get to kill you? Maybe that's a bad thing to say, but I mean, it kind of is trying to do that in some sort of way. It has bad guys, it has mobs in it for a reason. And when that day comes and the world does end, we'll start up our playthrough of Twilight Princess. We'll take a little break from Minecraft. Because like I said, Minecraft will not be the only game I play, so I'm not going to lock myself into anything like that. Unfortunately for you guys, I will play Minecraft a lot. Don't get me wrong. I guess I just don't want to call it my main game, per se. Even though that's the game I'm playing first. You know, I want to play stuff that's new, and look at that. That was perfect. Come on, stretch your legs. Stretch your legs for now. Let's make them go crazy. Come here. Come here. Yeah. Give me steak. We might be vegetarian for a day or so while we're over here. But look at that, guys. That is objective number 2 complete. Objective number 2 complete. Fairlife Farms is expanded slightly. Of course, it will get bigger and bigger as time goes on, but for now, there's our little cows. There's Fairlife. Looking good. So now that that's done, we can talk about our mine. Getting diamonds. Whoa, you see that? Yeah, I see you. Oh my God. We're not even going to mess with him. We ain't even going to mess with you. I ain't even going to mess with you. I think we are going to build our mine in the ravine, but we'll talk about that in a second. So, all right, everybody. I think that's going to do it for episode 7. In today's episode, we completed our roof and we expanded our farm. In tomorrow's episode, we will finish our attic and we will start our mine and our quest for diamonds. Thank you all for watching. Have a wonderful day. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys tomorrow.